2 as well as 3 under Signal Ultra.
Being champion of MPL Philippines Season 2, this is one of the OGs right here. And I think a lot of people will attribute GeeKay's success after a team revamp, a full lineup revamp, to Coach Yako having that experience being brought in and being very effective, right? So I want to see a little bit more of that. Can that gameplay extend further and pose a threat to Ulfednar?
Well, let's hop on in towards the drafting phase to see whether or not they're going to change things up. Nope, they're going to stay on the blue side of the map here with the ULF being on the red side. Let's see if they're going to change things up because, again, the Gatot first change that we are seeing in terms of the bans alongside the Yves.
Okay. Getting rid of Gatot. So the Eve was already banned out in game number 1, but the avatar of the Guardian turned out to be a bit of an issue for GeeKay in the previous game because when combined with the Way of the Dragon, actually posed really effective ways of not just setting up fights, but cutting off escape routes.
Let's see whether or not, I mean, Fanny ban as well makes sense here. Let's see if they're going to change up their third pick. Was there anything in the previous game that they need to get rid of? I'm thinking maybe to like limit, to really push Alien to the limit, get rid of that Cho at some point of time.
Yeah, the Cho actually should be contested a little bit because having it face off against the Hylos and the EXP lane just gave Alien way too much space. Not to mention that GeeKay didn't really have the most reliable CC. So not only could they not catch Cho a lot of the time, they couldn't catch TNZ on the Ling. So that is a flaw they have to address.
Yep, Vintilla, so it looks like they're only just changing for the Gatot ban. Now let's see whether the ULF is going to adjust or just continuously stick to what they know already. I mean, they found success in game number 1. To repeat that without the Gatot, I don't think Gatot was the pivotal, the crux of their composition.
Yeah, Gatot, I always feel like Gatot isn't really meant to be the initial initiator. He's always better as a secondary form of entry. And that's why you want to combine him with heroes like the Cho. Sure, the Cho is supposed to be the EXP laner, but in that case, he becomes the primary engage, and it's so much easier for Gatot to set up that AOG once the battle lines have already been scattered.
Yeah, now here's the scary part. As much as I want to believe that the ULF wants to pick up that Cho, maybe with the Khalid alongside it, it feels really bad for GeeKay. If they decide to go for either one of those two options, then Phoveus is going to show up straight away. If they lock in that Phoveus, I know for a fact that Alien during M3 played the glue before.
They
so
will
the Hylos again.
Still go for the Hylos, huh?
They think it's that good.
Hylos can be pretty effective. We've already seen very good Hyloses, even just today in the wildcards. The Glorious Pathway is not just used to run in and escape, but also as a way of just cutting the fight in half, just drawing a line in the literal sand and saying, you cannot pass this point. It was really messed up in the previous game because Ulfednar just had more mobility overall. So the Glorious Pathway was kind of null and void. Now that they don't have a Gatot to deal with, at least it might be better, but I think this just means the Cho comes out again, right?
I think the Cho's definitely going to come out again. Maybe even pairing it up with the Khalid, both of which do really well. And now they're going to go, they're going to go for the Cho as well as the Harris, showing their hand pretty early here. Does GeeKay play Lunox? I'm trying to think whether or not they did it before, but well, looks like Harvey is still going to go fall back to his go-to Bruno.
I mean, proper Bruno play can still zone Harif out of lane. It's very much a skill matchup here because both of these heroes are quite good at levels 1 and 2. But last game, we could tell that they had a bit of difficulty. And oh, the Hayabusa coming out.
Interesting. Interesting. I mean, you're playing an assassin right into the hands of this Cho. If you're already struggling with the Suyo, I don't think Hayabusa is going to make it any easier here. Let's see. I mean, the ULF could easily just pick up the Suyo, call it a day, and then just move on from that point. Or, if not, they could build a thicker composition to deal with it, or just stick to the lane.
Okay, gonna go with the Suyo. I actually did think that Ulfednar didn't need to lock in their jungle here. It's already shown that TNC has a pretty deep hero pool. So if they're able to force GeeKay to ban out a bunch of junglers, I feel like it would just be better for them. But I guess they want to stick to something that's a little bit more meta, since Hayabusa is not a hero that gets to see the light of day often, actually.
Also true. But when we do, there's only two versions of it. It snowballs so hard that he doesn't even need his stacks to use the Yoki Shadow Kill to get multi-kills, or he doesn't play the game at all.
Pretty much. Very snowball oriented. If you're able to get like 2 or 3 kills under your belt in the first 5 minutes, the game just instantly becomes yours. Then the Sky Piercer stacks just take out the rest of the enemy all by yourself. But if you're not able to get that initial lead, Hayabusa just falls so far behind.
Yeah, and it's all about pressure, right? Now, we're looking back at the draft picks recaps in game number 1. The second phase was heavily towards assassin-style junglers like Nolan as well as Hayabusa. Now, they're shifting over to big setters. They're getting rid of the Tigreals to make sure that they can walk into these fights and don't get counter-engaged. I am curious whether or not we are going to see the ULF also get rid of the Arlet like they did before, but finally somebody gets rid of that Phobius.
The Arlet was an interesting ban, but it made a lot of sense after seeing what ULF went for, because they want to be the ones in control of the team fight, right? But they don't go for that. They actually ban out the Vexana instead. So this is instantly making you think, what are they intending to give Rosa that Vexana would be a problem?
Yeah, interesting. I wouldn't have imagined that Vexana would have been the way to go. Yeah, I mean, top priority mages are already out. I would have imagined that they want to play the Sicilian all over again.
Is this a glue angle? Are they banning Vexana because of they might last pick glue?
They might as well ban out the Farmist while they're at it, unless they pick Farmist here.
Because Vexana would be a hero that would come out without needing to counter something compared to Faramis, right?
Oh, that's true. You can blind pick it just
so
to
they're
deter.
banning Vexana because it's more likely they'll like just blind pick the Vexana here. But
nah, they can't. They wouldn't do that. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
I mean, it's a lot of forward thinking, but it's possible.
I won't deny that. I like the way that you're thinking right now, but at the same time, I think that ULF, they have to make a decision whether or not to show this show in the EXP lane, or they can just hold it off and lock in their mid laner. They're going to lock in their mid lane, and they're going for the Loyi.
Ooh, we've already seen Aloy being very aggressive. Just the match before this, that diversion really messes with you, because you always have to be looking behind you, wondering, is someone in that brush? And that could make Hayabusa's job a little bit more difficult, because this is normally a hero you have difficulty catching. If you can just teleport anywhere you want, then that's no longer an issue.
Yeah, but it also provides a vulnerability, right? Because again, if this snowball happens for GeeKay, the mid lane is most likely where they're going to attack. If not, maybe Sunshine on the gold lane, but that's only if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, Aloy can be pretty aggressive, can be pretty oppressive with her damage in the mid lane, but since they did pick it earlier on, it gives GeeKay the opportunity to go for that mid lane counter. And whoa, the Belleric! The counter to the Aloy diversion.
I mean, yes, but a Purify does the job. I don't know about this one. I don't know about the Belleric as a pick. I would have imagined that maybe Chip would have been a lot better, but it's clear that both teams, they don't need it. I mean, wait, actually, hold on. ULF can actually pick up the Chip if they wanted to. I feel like it's all right, but it kind of is deterred because of that Belleric. Maybe I'm just pulling strings to see if they connect.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Chip and Loyi, then your map presence is just undeniable entirely. But there is still the potential glue angle if they want to go for dominance against the high-lows. Let's see what it is. It's the glue angle.
You called it. Nicely done, Staffa. Apex 47 going to be having his hands on this show to maintain pressure against Xeno on Hayabusa. I have to say, this is some really great drafting coming in from the ULF. ULF does some good work here. GeeKay, I am a little skeptical about this draft so far, but we need to see where they really focus their resources on. And that was the big problem in game number 1.
In game number 1, we saw GeeKay not really able to find a winning lane or even a win condition off of their Suyo because of early engagements from ULF Hednar. This game, they still have the Bruno and the Sicilian, but with Hayabusa, they have maybe a little bit more leeway to let Xeno do things in the first couple minutes of the game.
Maybe they can like cheese out a gank early on, maybe between levels 1s and the 2, leave that mid lane open for Sicilian and Smile to actually get to where he needs to be. But that's only just the theory.
Well, the land of dawn opens up wide once again, ladies and gentlemen, because we are jumping into game number 2 here. It's going to be GeeKay Esports up against ULF Nar. The latter currently in control and 1 game away from securing their first victory of the M6 wildcards.
Both junglers going to be starting on their purple buff, going to be ending up on opposite sides of the map. Towards EXP is where we see TNZ heading towards gold lane on the opposite side for GeeKay. You can see that both Rosa and Apex 47 making sure that they are just positioning themselves towards the gold side of the map in case of anything happening. And let's not forget, Lethal Wanderer is about to come up.
If they can catch Xeno's rotation, can instantly provide some good information. Xeno jumps in, does some damage to Rosa. Rosa not able to clear the wall. Has to use Flicker very early on, and the Little will be secured by the Hayabusa.
All right, as expected, they were going to give that up, and here comes the gang.
Yep, TNZ on top of Smile. Both mid laners now going to have their Flickers forced out in the first minute.
Wait, this rotation, specifically coming in from TNZ, reminds me of 2 junglers, King Kong and as well as Chibi from Vamos, both of which like to do this particular rotation of picking up both big camps and then 1 small camp, insta-gank mid lane, invade to the opposite side.
It's a good timing because at that point the mid laner is not typically expecting a gank, and they're also going to be pushed up a little bit more just to help contest the Little Wanderer. So you can maybe catch them off guard, though in this case it was just the battle spell baited out.
I think it's worth it. The battle spell alone is so worth it because that means Apex can flicker on top of Smile and there's nothing he can do about it.
Xeno just hit level 4. Both junglers now at that point. Turtle going to be coming up in a short while as well. This is where we'll see how aggressive GeeKay wants to be. Because, yeah, if you can get a couple kills on Hayabusa instantly. Oh, but a stun. Blade Surge comes in on TNZ. Shen dropping low with the Yin Yang reaction. Xeno not quite able to connect just yet.
I think at this point, GeeKay, just give up this very first turtle, right? You're missing important battle spells. You've already used the Revitalize coming in from Shen. You should head down to the bottom side, maybe consider setting up a dive. I mean, Harith is wide open. He doesn't have defensive battle spells that will get him out of an Ogi. Shadow kill.
Yeah, that could be a good place for GeeKay to pick something up, but they're matching here in the turtle pit. Alien in some trouble, still has the split, gonna finally use it. Ogi Shadow Kill comes out, he's able to jump on top of Samo. Glorious Pathway comes out just to slow things down. Yin Yang reaction again, doing more damage as ULF are prolonging this fight. Alien finally gonna jump off of the high-lows and use his Flicker to get away as well.
Okay, all right. Things are pretty chill for both sides. Again, we haven't seen First Blood be achieved. We're not seeing double waves being taken as well, but at the very least, Esports. Oh, hold on.
Alien jumping on top of Xeno once again. Wave the Dragon onto Shen. Blaze Surge connects for First Blood. Secured easily by TNZ alongside the first turtle of the game. Instantly a diversion into the brush, and they catch out Xeno. They find him. He's gonna walk right into the trap.
God, they're too good. What a call coming in from ULF. They knew exactly what that rotation was going to be. After figuring out that the purple buff was taken, they knew for a fact he's going to orange. We can sniff it out. We can smell it.
The timing is perfect. The experience shows right on their sleeve as ULF in one fell swoop instantly deny any potential early game snowball GeeKay could have.
Now, I am interested in knowing whether ULF is going to get even more aggressive by trying to deny the purple buff. We do see that Alien, he's already on top of it. He might make a call, and Rosa might just be able to send them into that back line.
Diversion's already back up, so Alien's just providing vision. Samo gonna go in, try to stop him, but this is a clue. We're talking about diversion into the back bush. They see Xeno already. Blade Surge connects and the kick. Xeno cannot even respond. Glorious Pathway used purely to let Samo escape, and ULF are in a dominating fashion.
Oh man, they're so good. I love it. I love the motions that they are playing. You know exactly what they want to do, and they can see the vulnerabilities in GeeKay Esports. Now, whenever you're playing against both Chippen as well as Loyi, you have to think about the map differently, right? And you also need to make sure you know the cooldown timings for this TP.
It's so quick and efficient as well. Not just Rosa identifying the rotation timings, but Apex and TNZ, their combo CC is so quick, so fast, you just don't even see it coming.
Well, you have to anticipate. You've no other way because nobody can safely open up the map. And even for Shen, right? As much as he likes to like open up the map, say hello, check out these brushes, there's a very good chance that he ends up dying. He's only level 5. He does not have the base health to sustain through it.
Yeah, this Beleric is picked up as a way to counter the diversion, but Rosa is just playing so quickly, it's not even working. And the diversion straight away into Carvey! Way of the Dragon kicks him right into the Harif. And the Wrath of the Dryad isn't even going to be able to do anything because the Purify comes out straight away on the Zaman Force and the knockup once again to give Sunshine a double kill in the gold lane.
Beautiful stuff coming in from ULF and Nar, making sure that they are the elite of the elite soldiers, and they are doing so well. GeeKay, at this point in time, recovery is going to have to come from the mistake coming in for the ULF, because Apex 47 and TNZ, they have got Xeno's number. He is not allowed to play the game, and Samo will have to do anything necessary, and I think that the next 4 minutes is Samo giving up his lane to give it over to Xeno so that he can catch up in EXP. Look at this beautiful stuff. As soon as they saw him walk out of that bush, it's over.
Yep, and even the pre-Purify from Sunshine as well, that was not reactive. He already knew the Beleric ult was coming out and just popped it to make sure that he wouldn't be stopped from DPSing for even a millisecond.
It's great. It's great. It's very clean, but that's only one singular turret 6 minutes into the game. A 4.4k lead. Now it's going to eventually turn into an 8k lead as it builds up to this next objective. So GeeKay, don't contest it. Look to play the rest of the map and look to try and find as much gold as you can, because this mid-tier 1, as much as you want to keep it alive, that's solely based on whether you can protect Smile.
The scary thing, though, is that even if they want to play the map, the diversion is just always going to be a threat. Look at Alien, look at how much damage he's soaking. He flickers in, gets the stun on 2 members, and the Way of the Dragon finds Shen once again. Glorious Pathway comes out, but it's not going to save them. Face Apex for Leah 7. Going to be the first one taken out by the Ogi Shadow kill, but Samo's still going to be left exposed, and Sunshine with the killing spree very easily, diving between the towers in the mid lane.
Yep, Alien just having the time of his life. This glue, really nasty pick here, but looking towards that top side, we do see that Zeno at least is trying to wait on his own, hopefully doesn't want to overextend here, because again, they're playing with zero information. They don't know where the majority of the members of the ULF is going to be hiding.
And this is why heroes like Lo Yi have to be respected. There's a reason Chit was banned so often for such a long time. The way it forces you to think about the map every single waking second. GeeKay Esports just don't have enough resources to keep themselves like active.
Yeah, and even when looking at the gold, it's pretty rough. Item progressions, Shen hasn't even completed a full item just yet. Still on components. Xeno, he's got a Legion Sword and a Hunter Strike compared to Tianzi, who's got 2 fully completed items, and I think he's also going for the Queen's Wings on top of that.
Yeah, Tianzi showing how it's done on the Suyo here. Another tower, easily taken, given over to Sunshine as well, just to even further avalanche the gold lead coming in from this Harif. Already 2k ahead compared to Carvey. Doesn't even have his second item yet on the Bruno.
Man. Can't really do much until... I mean, the Berserker's Fury is just way too important. That's a main source of damage.
Oh, Yin Yang reaction doing so much damage. Glorious Pathway, nothing can be done. Killing spree for Tianzi. Tier 2 tower gone. ULF and Nar just walk out like nothing ever happened.
Man, has GeeKay not had enough practice against this Lo Yi? I mean, I know for a fact, Amina, that they were banning this out pretty consistently as well, so it's not like they haven't played against it before, but at the same time, it's looking like things are going out of control way too quickly.
It's just being done at a much more efficient rate than I guess they're prepared for. ULF and Nar demonstrating a master class here from their experience of 3 different appearances in the M series. Currently kill score 8-1, 8k gold lead 9 minutes in. GeeKay just don't really have anything. Split even used preemptively to zone them away. A good stun from TNZ. GeeKay literally do not exist on the map.
Yeah, ULF and Nar is literally just walking up, puffing up their chest and being like, what are you gonna do about it, bro? You want that tower? Nah, you're gonna have to fight for it. How many people are you willing to sacrifice for this tower?
It just feels like such a terrible situation for them. I mean, they want to do something, but ULF and Nar is outplaying them every single time.
Hey, Apex, you better watch yourself. You can't get hit by skills like those. You gotta stay as the bully. Look at him. The fact that he's trying to do these fancy schmancy movements, all because they know that they have the lead and they have a very clear checkmate angle. They're 9k ahead. They push them all the way back to inhibitor turrets. They get this Lord, speed this game up, and then they're going, and I'm pretty sure they're going to force out another fight.
In a similar situation to Game 1 as well, GeeKay Esports just don't actually have that much wave clear. So even in the base, they're not that strong unless they're able to... Zeno in trouble. Doesn't have his quad shadow. Zaman force you. Oh my goodness. Where did he go?
Can't show yourself on the map like that. Not without pressure, especially up against a Lo Yi. Every single time they start calling for delivery services, you know somebody is going to die.
Rosa literally is tracking their parcel right now, and they ordered Zeno for dinner. They're really enjoying their meal too, because GeeKay Esports cannot put up a fight at all. Lord pushing in mid lane. Smile has not built up nearly enough stack. Two-man Jeet Kune Do knock up, but Apex gets stunned, so he has to flicker out to safety. Tower actually not being focused too much. Lord dropping quite low. GeeKay doing a good job of clearing it out, and no minions left. Ulfenar cannot actually force this down, so they'll keep all their inhibitors alive for now. TNZ instantly rotating up top, but with only one minion to work with, they're not going to continue that. Zeno comes in. Ogi shadow kill. Will it be enough? No, he jumps to the minion wave. So unlucky.
Really unlucky there. RNG not on his side. Just waiting for the next delivery to actually happen. We know for a fact that it's the same game delivery at the same time, but it's a 1-9 in terms of kill ratio. It is not looking very, very good for GeeKay unless they can drag this out for, I mean, currently level 11, 26.2k gold in total. They're going to have to wait for at least 6 more minutes, so at 17 minutes is when we're expecting them to pop off.
Will Ulfenar allow the game to last another 6 minutes? Doesn't seem like it. Alien already jumped in here. Reaction wave the dragon. GeeKay Esports, their front line just melts. It is gone. Mega kill for the Torn Queen herself. Bow before her majesty as Ulfenar break into the base. It is now wide open for them. Only one inhibitor standing, and GeeKay Esports, their time in the land of dawn is limited.
Yep, 12k now as it continues to bridge. Oh man, the item progression. You know, I was thinking maybe to look at the goal graph at the end of this game, but you know what? I take it back. I don't think we need to look at that anymore at this when it gets to post. At the same time, right? Just look at the differences. 3k difference for the gold laners, a 1.2k difference amongst roamers of all roles, a 1.3k difference amongst mid laners, a 5k difference. Oh my goodness, a 5.6k difference amongst junglers, and 800 for Alien. He doesn't need that much gold, to be fair.
We're seeing a little bit of a social commentary about wealth disparity right now, because Ulfenar are clearly in the top 1%.
Hey, we as the middle class deserve better.
Well, what class does that make GeeKay right now?
Hey, look. It's because of the upper class that they're in this position. If not, both of them would be in the middle class, all right? Social commentary at its finest. But man, I don't see them getting out of this. Smile takes too long to scale into this. Carvey, by the time he actually has his Malefic gun, Winds of Nature would either could be a situational item that Harith could get just for funsies, just for fun.
Yeah, he doesn't even need it, right? Because GeeKay doesn't actually do enough damage to threaten him, but why not, right? Just get a Winter Crown too, so that you can add a little bit of insult to injury.
And both, why not?
Even though you can only use one.
It's just to send a statement that I could. I could have it. But then it'll be even cooler that just before he dies, he sells both and gets immortality anyways.
Like, why not buy a second yacht?
Yeah, true. Oh, man. The checkmate angle already achieved here. Now, eventually, the Lord is going to spawn at the 44th second, and they want that last inhibitor.
Last inhibitor is just going to stand there and take it, because there's nothing GeeKay can do to stop this from happening. And this is all before the Lord has even collided in. Zeno trying to do his best to keep the lanes pushed out, so they don't have to deal with a full map sync. Conceal play, flicker, Jeet Kune Do, way of the dragon onto Carvey of all things. But Sanguine Claws actually locked them down underneath the base. And that means that Apex and Alien are taken out. A bit of an overextension here from Ulfenar punished, but Rosa is still unstoppable. First one is the horse, second is the assassin, as GeeKay fall one by one to the yin-yang reactions. And now with the minion waves, they don't need the Lord, they just rush on in. Mega kill for TNC to close things out, and a clean sweep for the fan favorites as Ulfenar take down GeeKay Esports.
That's a 2-0 victory here. Quick domination, making sure that they are showing themselves as the class above. You better get on their level. If not, it's just going to be scenario after scenario where Ulfenar has set up from the beginning all the way up to the end.
We were talking about adjustments. We were talking about things GeeKay needed to do after their game 1 loss. But it just seems like it ended up being worse when this Lo Yi made her appearance. the diversions, perfectly timed to cut off rotations throughout the entire game.
I mean, that's the thing. When you're playing up against these global alt-type heroes who are able to bring along people, it's about tempo. You must maintain tempo. You must maintain priority. You can even do fake outs as well. You could be looking to pressure one side of the map to force that ult to eventually come to that side and then just back away. You have to be able to maintain that type of control when dealing with these global alts.
But you gotta give props. ULF and NAR knew what they were doing this game. Their experience was on full display. They knew where their targets were. Every single waking moment without even needing to see them. And when you're playing against something like that, it's just, how do you respond?
Number one, ban out show. Number two, I think that Matilda ban on blue side, as good as she is, just doesn't feel like the playstyle that ULF and NAR wanted to do. Because both times we've seen that